Say you're driving down the road and somebody cuts you off, or you're taking a walk and you bump your toe. Somebody at work tells you there's an extra task to complete today right before you go home. What do all of these things have in common? Anger and irritation. Today, on Mindfully, we're going to talk about how to deal with these kinds of situations that come up in everyday life. Although we may not be able to control whether or not these things happen, we can control how we react to them. This is the foundation of mindfulness. We can begin by noticing how the body feels in response to an irritating event. I usually feel a tightness in my lower stomach and legs, but for you it may be different. Just listen to your body. It's always talking to you. Now, whenever I feel that irritation is arising, I know to be aware of it. Another valuable way to recognize irritation and anger is to think about the kinds of situations in which you're likely to feel that way. Just take some time to think about the times in the past when you felt angry and set the intention to keep an eye out for them in your daily life. Well, what do we do now that we can recognize irritation? The basic formula for dealing with anger is to let it come, let it be, and let it go. Let's start with the first step, letting it come. Once you've noticed you're in a situation where you're likely to feel irritated or you recognize your body's response to it, simply let it come. Don't try to push down or repress those feelings because it will only make it more difficult to move past them. Irritation and anger are a natural part of the body's response to our lives, and so it won't ever go away completely. Recognize that anger is not a bad thing, but something to be managed as part of a healthy emotional life. After letting it come, the next step in the formula is to let it be. Don't dwell on whatever is causing the anger, but notice how you feel in response to it. Remember, the important part isn't whatever is actually causing the anger, but what you do in response to that. Don't push it away or shut it out, as it will only return stronger or sneakier. Anger needs our attention to exist, and by ignoring it, you'll train your mind to let it pass over you like a duck. The final step in managing anger mindfully is to let it go. This may seem simple, but it can actually be a bit tricky to extract yourself from the situation and gain some perspective. One of the easiest ways of gaining perspective is time, but obviously we don't always have that in stressful situations. A quick tip to gain some of the perspective that time can give you is to just imagine how you would feel about whatever's making you angry if it had happened a week ago. How about a month ago? A year? This trick can help you to instantly gain some perspective in stressful situations. Whatever the situation, remember that the key to living mindfully is to let it go. Simply notice the anger, let it be, and then gently direct your attention to something else. I'm Sam, and this is Mindfully. Please subscribe if you learned something, and leave a comment letting me know what tips you use to manage anger or irritation in your everyday lives.